Hey, 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 party people.
Hey, hey.
I feel like I'm like
My voice is so
announcing.
deep. I feel
Oh
like
my
in
gosh.
that.
I
Hey,
felt like when I
hey.
do that, I was like doing like a boxing announcement, like party people now in the ring.
That's what we should.
Cesley and
What's the
Brandi.
song that comes on when they do
Oh
that?
yeah, we need a song. Can you guys like reach
Pump
out to us?
up the jam. Pump it
Pump
up.
it up.
That I don't think
Yes,
that.
me too.
Let's
Oh
get
my
into
gosh.
it.
Woo, squirrel. Hey, listen, last time, you know how we said we were just going to have a glass of Prosecco with you and like talk about some things. We
Cheers.
actually are. So cheers. We're doing that right meow.
Yeah. It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
It really is. It's 5 o'clock in
Mhm.
Florida and it's 4 o'clock in, Texas.
I don't even think
Where
they know that yet.
no, they don't even know where we live.
Yeah.
Oh, we failed
Okay.
them
Listen,
so much.
friends. It is Brandy and Cecily. We're back at it again. Today, we're going to talk to you a little bit about your resolutions and really why resolutions don't work. But in case you didn't know, fun fact, all right, Brandy and I became rock star best friends from halfway across the country. We don't even live near each other. And we're still friends. That means a lot because I have a hard time even talking to people that live like right up the street from me.
I know.
So
And that one time a year when we
we
get
get together
together,
once
it's
a
like
year.
the best time ever.
And our
Oh my
spouses know. They get so excited for us. Like they're like, "Did you see your Florida best friend?" I'm like, "I did. I am." Yeah.
Love it. All right, guys, let's talk about why New Year's resolutions don't work. We don't like them. They do not work.
Mm-mm.
People actually, did you know that January 12th is known as Quitter's Day? So let's think about that
That's
for
so
one.
awful. When you told me that, I was like, "Quitter's Day? That's so bad."
It's so
People
bad.
quit.
It's so negative, but like, let's think
Mhm.
about that for a second. You start a New Year's resolution on the first of the year and you're already quitting by
Yeah.
the 12th.
We quit things.
Ew. Okay. That's so sad. So we want to help you change your life by creating healthy habits. So
Yeah.
first off, we want to kind of tell you why we feel like New Year's resolutions don't work, right? First, people set unrealistic
Mhm.
expectations, right? Resolutions are often set with lofty, unrealistic goals that can be difficult to sustain. People may expect immediate and significant changes, leading to frustration when they don't see instant results. So if
Mhm.
somebody's like, I'm going to lose weight, I'm going to go exercise 6 times a week, I'm going to not eat carbs and not eat sugar, and I'm going to go to bed at 6 p.m. They're setting
No, you're
unrealistic
not.
goals
Yeah. No, you're not. You're not gonna
ever.
do any of those things. It's not gonna work. Like,
Ever. So we don't do that.
yeah.
What's another reason, Cecily?
Well, so and even on that, like as fitness professionals, we come to you with information that we've gained over years of experience. So like we have all kinds of clients that have come to us and been like, "I want to lose 10 pounds in 10 days." And we're like, "You can't do that." But thanks for playing. Like I don't it's just not realistic. So like we're trying to tell you these things to help make you form a better idea on what it's going to take to be successful and for you to not get so down on yourself because the
Yeah.
second that you quit on a
Yeah.
resolution that you had no business making in the first place, you're just going to feel bad. So the second is lack of planning. Resolutions are made a lot of times without a clear plan of action. You have an idea in your head of who you want to be, but you don't have a roadmap. So a lot of times you're going to struggle to incorporate the necessary steps to achieve your goals. You're not setting up daily habits. You're not setting up your environment for success. It's just December 31st. I almost said January 31st. December 31st, you make, I know my calendar dates. December 31st, you make a goal and you're like, what's your resolution? I'm going to lose 20 pounds. Okay, well, have you gone to the grocery store? Have you talked to people about your goal? Do you have any plan to make it happen? No, you just kind of throw it to the wind.
Yeah, you definitely have to have a plan, and we're to talk about
Mhm.
that too. Another thing is, and it drives me crazy, is like an all or nothing mentality. I kind
Mhm.
of already talked about that, but resolutions are often framed as all or nothing commitments. Okay, so when
Mhm.
individuals face minor setbacks, they may feel like they failed entirely, leading to loss of motivation. And I kid you not, like the only way to fail, quote me, the only way to fail is to give up, my friends. You cannot fail if you get back up. And I see it all the time, and it breaks my heart because my mission is to help as many people truly reach those dreams and hit those goals, right? So say you have a goal of going to the gym 3 times a week and you only make it once. The next week you're feeling like a failure and you're like, "Oh, well, I'm just not going to go to the gym
I just
anymore."
quit. Yeah.
Yeah. Been there, done that. No, you just get back up. And then the
Yeah.
next week, guess what? You try to go again and maybe you make it 2 times, maybe you have a goal of daily movement, which mine is a little bit different, but I have a goal of daily movement, which could be unrealistic. However, I miss days. But since I had that goal, I might hit 20 days and that's better than no days, because I didn't just
Yeah.
give up because I missed a day, right? So the only way to fail is to give up.
My favorite analogy of this is when people use like a learning to walk baby as the analogy. So like if you see a baby learning to walk and they fall down, you're not like, "Oh, that baby's a failure. What a failure of a baby." Like, could
Right?
you imagine? Like, no, you're like, "Oh, great job. Get up and try again." But with us, when you start a fitness routine, if you've never worked out before, or if you're trying to eat healthier and you've been eating fast food your whole life, like you're brand new. Think of yourself as brand new to the world. You have no idea how to do this. So you're going to mess up over and over and over again. But the idea is we get up and we try again. So lastly, my last reason why your resolutions aren't working is because you haven't brought people in to support you and keep you accountable. As fitness professionals and health and wellness coaches, we preach this. We set up accountability groups. We set up support groups. We are the support for most of the clients that we help and talk to, and most of the women that we mentor on a business level. So NBC News did a study, and 95% of the people that started a weight loss program together in January finished when they did it with a friend. Now, I don't know how much weight they lost. It could be 5 pounds. It could be 1 pound. It could be 20 pounds, but they finished it. Like, just to say, I finished this program. So who you're hanging out with literally matters. It matters. And it's going to be the difference in you being successful or failing. I guarantee you, half the people listening right now, you guys did not tell anybody what your New Year's resolution was. Because if you don't tell anybody and you fail, then it didn't really happen, right?
Oh, that's
It's
so
like
good.
It's like a
That's
dirty
so
little
good.
secret.
Fear is
Yeah.
such a big topic. We're
Ooh.
gonna have to have an episode on that too. I agree completely. And talking about accountability, guys, Cecily and I have numerous accountability groups that you can just reach out to us. We would love to have you, where it's movement accountability. Maybe we set up one because we haven't set up one for this, podcast. Maybe that is all health, wellness, mindset. What?
I love that.
A Facebook group? I know we have a website, but we haven't done that yet. Ooh, maybe. But reach out to us, guys. We're here to help you. Okay, so let's talk about the fun thing. Let's talk about
we told you why you fail. Let's tell you how to make it work.
Let's tell you how to become successful, right? So on the other hand, healthy habits and goal setting tend to be more effective for several reasons, okay? One of those reasons is healthy habits are often smaller, more manageable changes that can be incorporated into daily life. They are sustainable in the long run, leading to gradual and lasting improvements, okay? So it is all about creating healthy habits. And again, Cecily and I are fitness professionals. We do not believe in quick fixes or any of that crap. What we do for our clients is we go over their goals and we help them set realistic, healthy habits, which might be just simply drinking more water, right? Setting an alarm so that it becomes a habit and you're getting your water in every single day, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Good.
So like right now, or maybe later on today, if you're not in a place where you can write something down, but write down some smaller, manageable things that you can incorporate into your daily life. My favorite one, Brandi just said it, my favorite one is drinking more water. I have, I don't know if you can get it on Androids because I'm an Apple for life person. But there's an app called Water Llama, and it's a little llama and it tracks your water. And every time you drink a glass of water, I know the little llama fills up with water until it's full. So like downloading little things like that, little manageable things that you can see the progress. And then at the end of the day, you're like, oh, I filled up my llama. Like, that's so nice. I know. Okay. The next
I have no problem with drinking my water, but I'm going to download that app because
you should download it because it's just a little win. It's like a little gold chart sticker. We all love a sticker, right? It's just like you get to say at the end of the day, look, I filled up my llama. It's just cute. I love it. It's fantastic. Okay. Say it with me. This is a big word. Specificity. No,
That's why
it's
she's
hard.
talking
I
about it
know.
because I can't do that word.
You're like, you say that word. Okay, so listen, specificity. Okay, say it 3 times fast. Goal setting involves, she gave me that word specifically so that I could say it, not her. It involves specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bound objectives. Y'all, SMART goals. I know you've heard it before, set SMART goals, but there's a reason. If I just say, I want to lose weight, then am I going to be happy if I lose 1 pound, 2 pounds, 5 pounds? Like, what is my measure marker for what's going to bring me joy? All right. You have to set SMART goals, specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time sensitive, time bound. So clarifying your goal can really help you focus on taking concrete, actual steps and make it easier to track your progress. For sure.
I love that. And we've been talking a lot about like weight loss and health, but let's talk about something completely different, like income goals for this year, right? So like if you have a goal, like I personally do, right? If you have a goal to pay off some debt, say I have a goal to pay off $2,000 in credit card debt by March 15th. A number, an exact date, and how am I going to do that? The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go look at all the subscriptions that I have that I forgot about, and I'm going to cancel those. Okay. So you see how it's specific, what it is, by when, and what are my action items, right? And we're actually going to bring in somebody in a later episode to kind of talk about income and finances and saving money and
She's
investing.
a financial guru. We love her.
Yeah, guys, we want to help you with everything. All right. Income and wealth being one of those. All right. Mindset shift. Healthy habits and goal setting encourage a positive and growth oriented mindset. Instead of viewing setbacks as failures, individuals are more likely to see them as opportunities to learn and adjust their approach. We kind of already talked about that, right? So if you have a goal of a few times a week and you make 2 out of 3, that's a freaking win. That is a win, right?
It's so important. Mindset is everything. It's literally everything. It's going to change. And if you have children, it will change how their mindset is for the rest of their lives too. If they see you get down on yourself for everything you do wrong, you can't turn around and tell your kids, well, you know, you lost a baseball game, but that's okay. Because they're going to turn around, look at you and say, well, you get upset every time you don't do something and you quit. So you're really setting an example for the people around you also. And it's just going to make you feel better about yourself. For sure.
And we can even talk about, you know, and the importance of, you know, being around your children and what you're teaching them and all that stuff and why I was so dramatically over competitive. Sorry, Dad.
Okay. That's such a minor way to say how competitive you are. It's not even funny. Don't play games with Brandi. All right. If you guys ever get the opportunity.
First off, I've grown so much. Friends, family, you guys just chime in and attest to this. I am not as competitive as I once was.
Okay. You guys, I will test this theory first and I will report back and let you know how it goes. We'll play a game.
I appreciate that.
I give her the benefit of the doubt because this podcast is all about growth. So I believe in growth. I do. I don't know about that, but we're going to test it out. All right, let's talk about incremental progress, okay? So we talked about sustainability, specificity, I have to say that word slowly, mindset shift, and now we want to talk about incremental progress. So goals are typically achieved through incremental progress, right? So like when you can break up your larger goals into smaller, bite-sized, achievable little chunks, it really helps you celebrate small victories along the way. One of my favorite examples of this is, again, I use my kids for everything, but like my daughter, when we were potty training, I didn't just give her like one reward when she figured out how to potty train completely, right? Like anybody that's ever potty trained or seen someone get potty trained, you give little rewards every time they do something, right? So figure out what your big goal is, whether it's weight loss, whether it's a financial goal. I forget what book I read it in, but we read a lot of self-development books. We love them. We like to soak up a lot of knowledge. And so I'm going to figure it out and talk about it in a later podcast because it's really going to bother me. But they said in this one book about saving up financially, when you hit a small specific goal that's leading towards your larger goal, you should give yourself a little treat. So obviously you're not going to blow a bunch of money, but like when we're saving up, we're a Disney family. We love Disney World. We live in Texas. It's a lot more expensive to go to Disney World from Texas than it is from Florida where Brandi lives. We can't just hop in the car and go. So we have to like plan out our vacations, right? It's flights. It's a full, like we go for a full week every time and we go every year. And so we have to make sure that we're budgeting out for it. And so every time we hit a small little milestone in our budget for our trip, we work with a Disney planner. And so she books the whole trip and then we pay her a little bit at a time. And every time we pay her, we go and get some ice cream, or we'll go and celebrate and have dinner or something, because we're working our way as a family towards this trip. And we like to show our kids like, hey, this is a big, I mean, we spare no expense when we go. Anything the kids want, anything we want to do, we make memories with the kids. We don't ever want to tell them no when we're there. And so we want them to see, hey, we're not just dropping a bunch of money on this trip. We're saving and we're making small steps towards it. And we celebrate that every time because we're proud of ourselves. And that's okay. You need to learn to start being proud of yourself for everything that you do. You have to be proud of yourself.
Oh, I love that. I love that so much. And when you were talking about your daughter, I was actually on a team call yesterday, and something that Allison said that her daughter said, because Allison's a very competitive person too, and she's so proud of her daughter, who is, I think she might be 5 or 6. She's young. And this is what her daughter said, like, because she literally wants to be perfect. Her daughter said, "Mommy, practice makes better." And
practice makes better. Yes.
I love that so much, because we hear the whole practice makes perfect. Nobody's perfect.
No, it doesn't. You're not perfect. We're not perfect. Practice makes better.
So practice makes better. And I love that. Another thing that I want to tell you guys about what we are going to have for you. We're going to talk about a lot of things here. But what we aren't is, we're not financial advisors. We are not therapists or counselors. We are certified health wellness coaches. Cesley is a pastor, different things like that. But we're going to have on our website people that you can contact if you're wanting help with your finances and with saving, with investing, with some traumas that we're going to talk about, some different things like that. So I want to let you guys know that we are going to have that website and tools for you, which I think is awesome. Awesome.
Rock stars in the industry.
Yes. We like to support people. We like to collaborate, and we like to support people. And I think we kind of said this before. Cesley and I are doing this because God put it on our heart. It is a passion project. Okay. We're not trying to make millions of dollars by doing a podcast party, people. We're trying to give back to the world.
Yeah. I always like to say I'm not the smartest person in the room, but I probably know the smartest person in the room.
True.
I don't know anything really, but I like to know all the people that know all of the things.
Oh my gosh. That is so great. And it's like you are who you surround yourself with too. I like that. All right. So
I'm so proud of us.
I am so proud of us too. Instead of creating a New Year's resolution, with, by the way, by the time you're going to hear this podcast, you might have already given up that New Year's resolution. Okay. If you haven't, message me. I'm intrigued to know what it is. And focus on who you want to be this year. So focus on, take some time. Okay, so we like to leave you some action items. Guys, take some time to be alone. No family, no phone, just you. And think about, what goals do you want in this year? Okay, what is your purpose? What is your mission? What do you want to get out of this year, right? And so think about goals when it comes to personal, when it comes to family, when it comes to finances, when it comes to spiritual, when it comes to work and business, right? So think about goals in different categories. I'm actually missing one category. I don't remember what it is right now, but
spiritual, work. What'd you say?
Yeah. Spiritual, work, wellness, wellness, the health. I can't even remember at this moment, but there's different.
All of them.
But everything. So think about what those goals are in each one, right? I'll give you an example. In my family, one of my goals for my family is, I want to have a date night every month with my husband. Date your spouse. We'll have a whole episode about that, but that's one of my family goals, right? So make sure you're taking time alone and that you're creating those goals. Now, from that, we want them to be SMART goals, right? So if I have a goal of dating my husband and going on a date once a month, well, what am I going to do? I'm going to look at the calendar. When are we available? I'm going to ask somebody to babysit. I'm going to go ahead and plan to do something fun. Like, I'm going to make it happen no matter what. I'm not going to let the month go by and be like, oh my gosh, I forgot this was a goal of mine, right?
Yeah.
So make sure you guys are taking the time to do that. And then let's talk about a word of the year. So Cesley, have you figured out what your word of the year is? I would love to hear.
So I think it's really important. So once you sit down and you visualize the type of year you want to have. What Brandi said is really important. You need to sit down by yourself, maybe close your eyes. Maybe it's when you're having quiet time, whatever it is, but maybe go for a walk when you're outdoors. Like wherever you feel the most connected to yourself is where you need to make this happen. So for me, I love being outdoors. So for me, walking outside is when I'm going to feel the most connected to myself. I can kind of see myself the best. And I think about, who do I want to be at the end of the year? And then I scale back my goals from there. And so with that, it's really important to have, and I've seen all kinds of opinions on word of the year. Should you have one? Should you not? But when you're trying to set goals up for yourself that really lead back to who you want to be, we talked about this last week a lot. You want to set a vision for yourself. And so my word of 2024 is brave. I want to be brave in everything I do. I want to be brave in the way that I talk about topics on this podcast, topics I've maybe never talked about before, things that have happened to me in my life. I want to be brave in taking action in my business. I want to be brave in the way that I pastor others, and in the way that I lead my children. It's very important. So that's my word, because when I went back and looked at who I want to be at the end of the year, the one word that came to mind with every goal that I had was bravery. It's going to take being brave to achieve all these things I want to achieve in the next year.
I love it. I'm so proud of you. I love that word.
It's a good word. I know. I was proud of it too. I was like, that's a good word. Yep.
There's always going to be mixed opinions about everything out there. Mm-hmm. And what we want you guys to do is what is best for you. What is on your heart? Like when we share things with you, if you're like, nah, I'm not feeling it, cool, don't do it. If you're feeling impactful and you want to, go for it, right? I think word of the year can be really, really beneficial. So for me personally, I've gone through, and we'll talk about it in later episodes, I've gone through a lot the past 5 years. I've gone through a lot of losses. I've gone through, losing myself a lot. And my word last year was just renewal. It was just renewal. I just wanted to, pour into myself, pour into my family, slow down, right? Slow down to speed up. So since I did do that last year, my word for this year is thrive. I'm ready to stop surviving, because that's what I feel like I've been doing my whole life. I've just been surviving, trying to stay afloat. And this year I want to thrive. So that's my word for 2024. So we want you guys to, we want to challenge you to take some time and figure out some of those goals for this year. And, what is that word for 2024? And reach out to us. And let us know what that goal is. And what
we want to know what your word is for 2024. So if you end up watching this on any of the platforms and you want to head to the YouTube link where we have this streaming and comment on there, we'd love that. If you want to head to our website, we're going to have a little link on our website where you can actually receive texts from us specifically. And so if you want to text us your word, you're going to be able to contact us in all kinds of different ways. And so we want to know what your word is for 2024 so that we can support you. We want to be your biggest cheerleaders in that. So we're excited to hear what your words are. We've let you know what our words are.
Yes. And I just want everybody to know I remember what the 6 things were when it comes to your goals, okay? So spiritual, health, financial, business, family, and personal. Those are the 6 little boxes that I've been doing for the past 7 years, and would challenge you guys to have some goals in those little categories. Okay, we're going to leave you with this, because we're going to leave you with a quote. We're going to leave you with a quote at the end of each episode, and this is our quote. Without goals and plans to reach them, you are like a ship that has set sail with no destination.
Ooh, love it. Love it. Love y'all. We'll see y'all next week. We're going to talk about 10 ways to crush your goals. All right.
Bye, friends.